Hey guys, you're not going to see a lot of me in this video because I'm using my iPhone tonight. It's super late, I'm super tired, I didn't expect to make a video tonight, but I just got the DuckTales Money Bin. I got the collectible figure pack with the appropriate sized figures for the Money Bin, and I got one of the Money Stacks mystery figures. So I'm going to show you that stuff in a second here, and then I'm going to unbox it and take a look at it, but mostly I'm just going to be holding my iPhone. I'm going to do this as fast as I can too because this camera's always short on time. So here we go. Okay guys, so here it is. This is the DuckTales Money Bin from the new show. Now if you didn't know, I've mentioned this several times, the original DuckTales from the 80s is actually my favorite TV show ever, like period. I love that show so much. I've seen a handful of episodes of this new show. I don't have the Disney Channel or Disney XD. I don't have cable at all. So I've got a handful of episodes on DVD, but it's a really great show. I really love it. I love that Scrooge is wearing a red coat like he originally wore in the comic books. Something that always irked me a little bit with the old DuckTales. But anyway, so yeah, here's the Money Bin. And here's the coin stack mystery figure. And here's the multi-pack. Let's take a look at these packages. And by the way, I got these at Target. As far as I know, this DuckTales merchandise is exclusive to Target. As you know, I also have, well, if you watch my videos, I also have the Donald Duck and Scrooge McDuck 5-inch action figures. I'll show you in a little while here how they size up next to the Money Bin. They're really way too big for the Money Bin. These are much smaller figures, and I believe the figure in the mystery coin stacks little item there, I believe is the same size as these. I hope so. Okay, so here is the package. Oh, I was gonna say I went to Target today, and man, they had some interesting stuff. They also had the Hotel Transylvania toys are finally there. A little bit late, and they have neat ones. They have ones based on the TV show and ones based on the movies. My main interest, you know, I'm obsessed with Mavis, so I might want more of those. And they also have some very interesting figures. They call them comic book based figures, I think, of the Disney princesses. And I really need some of those because they are crazy interesting looking. I think there's like a Disney Princesses comic book right now that I need to start getting that has its own style. They kind of have big cartoony heads, and that's the way the figures are. And they're kind of big figures, pretty interesting. And yeah, and then they have a lot of new Mickey and Minnie stuff. So it's really interesting right now at Target in the toy section. Not to mention all the crazy new Marvel action figures and everything. Oh, I'm so behind on toys right now. Okay, so here is the box for the collectible figure pack. You get Huey, Louie, Dewey, Webby, and Scrooge McDuck. And this is the front. This is the back. I believe this was like $16.99. That's a rough estimate. It's something around there. Money Bin Playset. Oh, see, there you go. This flat out shows you these are the size intended for the Money Bin playset. I hadn't even looked at the back of this. Display and play, sold separately. So there you go. It's plain on the bottom. Here's the side. Some nice art there. Now I don't keep any of my toys in the box, so mine are not going to stay in the box. So collectible figure pack. They got Donald's picture there even though he's not in the pack. Okay, so we're going to open that in a minute. Here is the mystery Money Stacks figure. Now, this is really interesting. Okay, so it's DuckTales Money Stacks minifigure. Contains one figure. And a cool thing about this, it's a mystery figure pack, but it's actually like something you can save here. It's actually a little bank. And that's, you know, better than just some throwaway cardboard box. And here is, these are the figures that you could get. Huey, Louie, Dewey, Huey, Louie, Dewey, Webby, Darkwing Duck, Donald Duck, Launchpad. I'm not super familiar with this character's name yet. I can't remember her name, but she's like some kind of like spy for Magica to spell. And then there's Scrooge McDuck in sort of an action pose. Now the cool thing about these, so it's like a plastic little bank, and it has a little figure inside. They're posed figures like these. They don't have any articulation. There's all your technical stuff, and you got that $sign down there and this one up here. Now the cool thing is, if you look in there, I can see that that's a Donald Duck figure. Can you see that? And if you're having a hard time, get out your iPhone or whatever you got, and it kind of zooms in better, because when I look at this with my naked eye, it's harder to see. I was able to pick out Donald Duck, but there were a couple of them that I couldn't tell what was in there without using my iPhone. It kind of zooms in a little. Now, the others, like I had pulled out a Donald, a Launchpad. I didn't find a Darkwing. I could see what all the figures were for the most part. It would be hard to tell between Huey and Louie and Webby from looking in. At least, I mean Louie and Dewey. That would be tricky. I had a Launchpad in my cart. I had her in my cart. I had Donald in my cart. Never found Darkwing. But I didn't look too long. I was realizing, you know what, I'm kind of short on money. So I just settled for Donald for now, because that's the original group from the comics who would be hanging out in the money bin. I mean, I don't think Launchpad would ever get access to the money bin. I don't remember ever seeing him in the money bin. And Darkwing, of course, wouldn't be in the money bin. I still want them all, and I'll still get them eventually. I like this action pose Scrooge. I wish they had a diving Scrooge. I think this money bin actually has the diving board, maybe. And I just wanted her because she's a unique and cool character from what I've seen. So those were going to be my first ones, but I just settled on Donald. Anyway, this one, I think these are like $4.99, or I could be wrong. I think that's what they are. And so here's the big one. Here is the money bin. Splurged a little for this, and I shouldn't be splurging right now, but I mean, this is like a dream for me. And I know it's not the highest quality because I've seen pictures and videos of it already, but come on, it's a big money bin toy. It's incredible. And so you got that on the top, and over here, buying Scrooge's #1 dime inside, which is way too big for these figures if it's supposed to be a dime. Turn the dial to open the vault. Store and display your favorite characters. Ages 3+. You got a warning here. The first Target I went to didn't have these out, so the guy went to the back to get them for me. They didn't have any of the DuckTales toys out for some reason. Then I went to another Target to get these two things, and they had everything out on display. Find Scrooge's #1 dime inside, and there's the dock there. Because in the new show, he's moved his money bin to the docks. Same info, but there's your opened up view. Did I already show you that? I'm getting confused at which direction I'm going here. Okay, a lot of the same info. Store and display your favorite characters. Figures sold separately. Okay, so you get the idea. I'm gonna go ahead and open this up now. Let's see, the bottom is just plain. Okay, let's open it up. Okay guys, so this just pulls apart when you get the wrapper off. Inside was the Donald Duck figure in this plastic bag. And here is the money bin with figures inside, and I will show you how it looks when it's closed up. There was a piece of tape, really strong tape, that was holding basically the walls, the doors closed. And first I didn't realize that was there. So I peeled that tape off and opened it up. It does say you can open the vault by turning the knob on the back, and I'll have to look into how that works. I'm not sure what they're referring to. I guess maybe that, I don't know what opens. Maybe that's why I was able to open the doors. I don't know. I'll investigate that further. But anyway, so it actually looks really cool. You've got Scrooge up there on his, I guess that's the diving board. That's how I think of it. And there's Huey and Dewey and Webby and Louie and Donald. Now, they don't all stand super well, but I think a hairdryer might fix that problem. I have a similar problem with the Funko mystery minis, but some of them need a little hairdryer work. There's the Lucky Dime, which is a little oversized. That came in a little plastic bag along with this little instruction sheet, which just tells you turn the dial to open the vault. Okay, I guess that's the doors. Well, I just really took the tape off and then opened it up. I don't know. I improvised with it. It worked out. But we'll mess with that a little bit in a minute. So yeah, it actually looks really cool. It looks much cooler than I thought. There's a little flag on top, and you got this dome, and this is the inside. I don't know. I wish there was some way there was more of a money effect, like, and like the money should at least be like, I don't know. It should be. I mean, this should be like twice as tall, with like money going from the middle to the bottom. I don't know. But for what it is, it's still really cool. It's cool to even have this. It's a nice way to store your figures. It's a very nice display item. Whether you open it up like this or keep it closed, it looks awesome. And the figure set with the Donald figure is just perfect. If you can get the others, great. I do want to get the rest of the mystery minis, but this is just fantastic. Now, let me grab this. This is the 5-inch action figure, and as you can see, I mean, you can put him in here, but I mean, he's just huge. It's ridiculous. There was some imagery of the 5-inch figure next to the money bin initially, and it just looked so ridiculous. But yeah, and I also have the 5-inch Donald, and I have the Funko Scrooge and everything, but yeah, they're all too big. But I know that you could probably go online and get some figures of classic DuckTales from back in the day, and they would probably look awesome with this. Or you could get some German bully figures or whatever. Now, something else that might work well with this is like the Funko Mystery Minis of Scrooge and the gang. This is not obviously a level surface because of the it's on my bed right now, so, but there you go. Just gotta lean everybody against the wall for now. But yeah, he looks pretty cool in there too, but I'll take him away for now. But yeah, it's pretty cool. Let's take the figures out and let's look at them. Yeah, see, they're not entirely stable, but there's a Scrooge, and he looks amazing. There were some like white spots on his hat I had to like paint black, and I'll have to do a better job later. I just used a marker for now because they were bugging me. Some like lines that weren't supposed to be there, but otherwise really nice little Scrooge figure. You do want to, like, if you can, you want to buy these in person rather than online, so that you can really inspect the paint jobs, because I looked at several boxes before I was happy. There's Dewey in an action pose. Here's Huey. And here is Webby. This is my first item of the new Webby. And actually my first of the new Huey, Louie, and Dewey too. There's Louie, and he's got like an iPhone or something. I don't know, I think that's an iPhone. And here's Donald. Donald is great. I'm so glad I got Donald. He is, so it turns out these figures are in scale. The mystery ones are the same scale as the multi-pack, so that was good to know. And I just love seeing these two together because they're straight out of the comics, you know. I really hope we see some Beagle Boys in this size. I do hope they do more of these figures, because I really want some Beagle Boys. And so let's close this up. There's the you know, all the money is done with stickers. I mean, I suppose if you want to, you can come up with some way to like put real money there. Okay, so here is the front with the doors closed. I guess this would be considered the front. And here is the back with the dial that you turn clockwise. And when you turn it, that opens the doors, and I'll show you how in a minute. I figured out how. You turn this, And you see how they popped open? Now, I found out that when I was using it before, even when I had it open, there was some tape still on the back. They used some tape that, I don't know why, but it was really hard for me to see it. And it shouldn't have been. But, okay, so it's all fully open, right? Now, if you look under here, under the top, when you turn that dial, these go up. And that's what opens the doors. And that's also what closes the doors when you close them up. It's got these little holes in the top, and that's what those little things go into. And my right door, this door, is a little trickier. Sometimes it doesn't catch, so you gotta like push it and hear that click. So now it's closed up. And I turn that dial and they'll just pop right open again. And it doesn't exactly make this dollar sign line up perfectly, but it's close enough. This is actually really cool. It's cooler than even I thought it was gonna be. And yeah, I'm really happy with it. I think it's really neat. I'm gonna put it somewhere on a shelf here and display it with little figures somewhere. I'll probably keep it closed, but maybe I'll put Scrooge in front or something somehow. I took the little dime out for now, but you got to be careful with this dime because it doesn't stay securely in the little pillow thing that it's displayed on. It's more for like play, so but I mean it'll stay in here if you make sure it's in there when you close it up. But yeah, very cool, man. This is very cool, and I love these figures. And yeah, Scrooge McDuck and his money bin. Highly recommend it, guys. Highly recommend it. Oh, and I didn't say how much the money bin was. The money bin is actually $29.99 at Target. Which, you know, is a decent price. I mean, I would have like, I would say it's probably worth about $25.99, but that's pretty good. And you know, all the little figures, they're actually not that expensive. $5 for the minifigures, and you can look in the slot and tell which figure you're getting. But these ones that were in the 5-pack, Scrooge and the Kids, they're different from the ones you'll get from the minifigure package. They're in different poses, and Scrooge is also in a different pose. So there you go, guys. Very cool DuckTales stuff out lately, and I plan to get a lot more as soon as I can afford to. Scrooge McDuck's Money Bin. Okay, catch you later.